Greetings, commanders, and welcome back to another Warpath video. My name is Eagle. It's been a while, I know, but don't worry, right now we're back. I'm finally back from vacation, and right now we are gonna be pumping those videos, starting with the latest update, 5.1. So in this video, we're gonna break down everything that has happened in this update and tell you exactly all you need to know about it. In addition to that, there's gonna be separate videos for each specific item in this update, for instance, the new officers that were added, or even the new parts system. So we're gonna be doing separate videos about these as well and explaining them even further. Right now, we are on a test server. As you can see, my power is extremely high, and this test server basically allows me to max out anything I want whenever I want it. So in order to test out everything, this server is not live, so don't worry about it. It's only for the devs and content creators to test out the game and whatnot. And this is basically a perfect example where I'll be testing out all the new officers, maxing them out, and showing you guys very soon how these new officers are actually game changers. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please consider subscribing, because you'll be able to watch all these videos and get notifications whenever these videos come out, so that you would know some information on which officers to focus on from these officers and how to play them out for as well. And in addition to that, if you like this video, maybe throw us a like down there. Thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the first thing that we need to mention, that finally light mode is back online. Light mode basically is a mode whenever your devices get hot or overheated or just overworked. This specific mode is turned on, where you will see all the animations actually going down a little bit in terms of quality. However, it gives more priority to performance of the game. So this helps out a lot, especially when there's like massive clusters and massive battles happening in the field. This mode will help you out get a smoother experience with the game. So it's definitely always a plus to have this mode on for sure. It also helps us as content creators to actually stream those fights and battles that are happening. So definitely you're going to be seeing some live streams happening soon of all these fights, because before that we would have like some lags happening all around, and it wasn't really enjoyable or entertaining to watch. But right now it actually is, so that is definitely a plus from the game. The first thing that this update majorly featured is the new Conquest sign-up event. Basically, what happened is that the Conquest is now split into 7 phases. The first phase is the warm-up phase, where basically you just familiarize yourself with the rules and the special features, the rewards of the Conquest battlefield. Second phase is basically the sign-up phase, where leaders and officers of eligible alliances will be able to sign up for the Conquest. They have to actually select a Conquest, and during this phase, it's very important that members can actually join and leave other alliances without any problem. So basically, once this is done, the matchmaking phase will start, which is basically the Conquest that you signed up for will be split into individual battlefields. Basically, we have 3 levels of battlefields. We have the legendary, gold, and silver, and they differ in rewards. So that means the legendary has the highest reward, and then going all the way down to the silver, which has the lowest reward. And during this phase, members cannot join or leave their respective alliances, because the matchmaking phase is where the alliance power and everything else has to be fixed in order to actually matchmake those alliances. If you were wondering what parameters they use in order to actually assign battlefields for different levels, they include, but not limited to, the overall alliance power, the average power of alliance members, highest power among alliance members. In addition to that, the active alliance members and other factors as well are included in all this. Once that is done, the matchmaking announcement phase will happen, where you will be able to know and get more details about which battlefield that you were assigned to. In addition to that, alliances that could not be matched with suitable adversaries will not be able to participate in the Conquest, but will have priority in matchmaking for the next Conquest as well. So for that, meaning that if you are an alliance that is not actually participated in this one, don't worry, because you will be able to participate in the next one if you haven't got the if you haven't got lucky in this one yet. The 5th phase is actually the campaign phase, which is basically where the battlefield will happen. You can relocate your base to the Conquest battlefield and start all the events over there for the next 26 days. After that, you have the tally phase, which is basically where the rewards will be issued. We're talking about Conquest mission rewards in addition to the Conquest ranking rewards. And finally, after that, we have the exit phase, which lasts for 1 day, and throughout this phase you'll be able to all the commanders will be removed from the battlefield and back to their respective servers. During the this whole process, we have from the campaign phase all the way to the exit phase, we have a new conquest event that is actually happening, which is called Preparing for Battle. This is completely new. This wasn't present before, and this event, basically what you do in this event, you have to actually play it. We'll do a separate video about it, but in short, this event, your members or the alliance members can gather something called war reserves, and these war reserves are actually gathered by or throughout logging in on a daily basis, spending energy, spending gold, and making in-game purchases. Now, once you collect war reserves and actually like get to a certain point, you will be able to gain buffs, including damage buffs and damage resistance buffs to all alliance members of that specific alliance. So that means the higher your points, the more buffs that you will be able to gain for every level of combat readiness. So basically, your alliance combat readiness depends on how active your alliance members are. So technically, you can't just put farms on your alliance, or you can't put ults and expect to get really good results out of this. The second thing is that about this event is that it will stay all the way from the campaign phase to the exit phase, and these reserves that you collect throughout this campaign battlefield or this specific event will not go to the next one. So that means that this conquest you have collected, for instance, let's say 10% extra damage and 10% extra damage resist, you will not be able to take those to the next one, and they will not be active outside conquest battlefield, meaning that they will only be active for this period of 26 days that you are in the battlefield, and afterwards these buffs will be gone, and then you have to collect them once again in the next conquest. Now, enough talking about the conquest, let's talk about the new officers that have been added to the game. So we have 3 new officers that have been added, starting with Berserker Bear. As you can see, this officer over here, we can easily max him out, and we definitely have a video actually coming out about Berserker Bear and the other new officers. This is an artillery based officer that has field and attack secondary basically attributes. The overall skills of this officer, let me go ahead and turn off my camera so that you guys would see basically all these skills. So this is basically the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, the fourth, and the fifth one. We'll definitely be talking more about these officers. I'm just showing you these skills so that you could actually get an idea if you haven't unlocked these officers yet or are just seeing them for the first time. The second officer that is right now within the game is Silver Comet. It's basically a fighter plane officer and a dodge officer. We have actually done a video about this guy, and as you can see, he's actually maxed out, and I can tell you that Silver Comet over here is an absolute beast. This officer would definitely change the whole meta of fighter planes, and in the video that we will going to show you very soon, we're definitely going to be demonstrating that as well. And finally, we have Rectus Reaper, which is a bomber and carpet bomber, basically specialized officer. These are the skills for this specific officer over here. You can pause at whichever you want if you want to go and read any of these skills that are present to you in the screen. Mainly, these 3 officers, we're going to have definitely separate videos for these, and going through the different pairings that you can try out with these, trying them out and actually in the battlefield, and maxing them out and seeing how these skills work out when they are actually maxed out against other maxed out officers that we already have. And through that, you will be able to learn how exactly you can use these officers and what are their best pairings as well. So stay tuned for these videos, and if you haven't done those notification bells down there, maybe ring them so that you would know exactly get notified when these videos come out. Now let's talk about the new event that is actually coming in, which is Percy's Showroom. This event is going to be actually available in 3 days from this video, which is 25th of September. And all we know about this event so far is that it will feature new cosmetics that will add it to the game, which are basically unit skins, base attack effects, chat bubbles, and chat stickers, and even more from that. And if you have actually if you haven't actually seen unit skins yet, you can go over here to your Simply Workshop and then to the manual, and you can actually see them from over here. So we have the super heavy skins for the legacy and the modern versions, and of course we have Camp Liberty Howitzer skin, also legacy and modern versions as well. These skins will actually give you extra firepower and HP to your specific like whichever unit you actually equip it to, and they are actually very, very strong. So I'm very excited to see how these skins will show out, and if this event is actually free to play friendly. We hope so. So super excited for this event, and we definitely definitely going to be covering it when it comes out as well. In addition to that, we have modern units part conversion optimization. Basically, what happened over here is that some of the conversion, like from the conversion when you're trying to get legacy parts all the way to modern parts, it wasn't really optimized before. So right now it's actually optimized, and you can choose to make or convert these parts when you actually have the enough blueprints and materials for the modern ones as well. In addition to that, there's the relationship between the legacy and modern parts has also been optimized, meaning that medium engines for medium tanks and tank hunters previously could only be converted into helicopter engines, but right now they can also be converted into main battle tank engines. And that is very important for people who are trying to rock main battle tanks, because right now also heavy tank suspension previously, which were converted into main battle tank engines, can now be converted into main battle tanks armor. So everyone that was rocking mediums or heavies and upgraded them to their main battle tanks can right now get some really cool equipments and parts for their battle tanks or main battle tanks, just converting their legacy parts to these new ones. So that's always a good option for people who are rocking those as well. The last thing that I wanted to partially cover in this video is the new air parts mechanics system or parts mechanics system. So basically, when we had modern units added to the game, we had the upgrades added, and we had, of course, the prototypes added to that, which will enhance their power. But the parts themselves didn't really change unless you like kind of significantly change the modern unit itself. For instance, from tank hunters all the way to helicopter. But the thing right now with this system, that now you can actually enhance your parts that are currently equipped on that specific unit. And basically what you can do is actually enhance all the stats that they're giving, be it firepower or HP. And we're talking about old parts and extra parts as well over here. Now this system is going to be definitely covered in another separate video, because it is a kind of a nice, a very massive system. You can get a lot of wrenches from multiple places. We're going to cover all those. And I believe that this kind of, like the wrenches over here, are not that kind of pay to win. They're more into free to play, like tilted more into free to play. And the reason for that is because they require activity to actually be obtained, and you can obtain them from a lot of places where you don't have to actually spend gold. So that is always a plus when there's new systems added, and free-to-play players can actually compete in these systems as well. So I think this is a very nice addition, especially for players who are actually having really good parts, but they want to enhance them even furthermore. Then this is definitely the system that is actually going to do that for you guys for sure. Now, that was it for this video for update 5.1. Please leave me in the comments below what are your thoughts about this update, and what videos would you like to see next as well. We're going to be definitely doing a lot of videos covering all the things that you guys would want to know. For instance, new officers testing, new units testing, and all that, so you would exactly know which units to focus on and which officers to actually upgrade. And all in all, basically, I hope you guys did like this video. If you did like it, maybe throw us a like down there and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll definitely see you on the next video. Bye bye.